Okay. Yeah, I was going to say that never turn your video camera on your phone until your phone has started up good. Like, even on a Windows phone has a tendency to start up really quickly. It takes like 20 seconds for my phone to get to a point where I can log in with my password and all that. In less than 20 seconds, actually. Whereas my old Android, it took like about 40 seconds. Being an older Android. Now, keep in mind, my phone is a Nokia Lumia 521. It doesn't have the high-speed processor of the 1020 or the 920, 925, or whatever the case. However, for a low-price phone, a 15 to 20-second launch is pretty darn good, if you ask me. Unlike a computer, as you all know, it takes about anywhere between 45 seconds and 2 minutes on some older computers. So it all depends upon the speed of your hard drive, your processor, and all that. All that takes into play. Now, on this phone, I noticed that even though you're able to log in quickly, it's still loading a bunch of background apps that I have turned on, like Skype, Link, uh, the and other apps that requires constant connection to the internet, like my emails and stuff. So it's trying to grab all my emails. And far as I know, it's probably skipping and all that stuff right now still because it still has a lot to do before it's going good. And so I can imagine when you want to do a good video recording, make sure that you have your phone on for at least a minute or two. And it really doesn't matter which phone you have because every phone is the same. I don't care how quick your start time is, it still has to load a lot of background stuff, like your emails and any other apps that constantly checks the internet for notifications and downloads and push notifications and other things that it has to do to get it going good. It's just like when you first turn your computer on. It Even though you can move icons around the screen, go to the start menu, there's still a lot of stuff loading in the background. Your antivirus software, if you have cloud-based storage, it's logging into that. Any instant messengers and a bunch of other stuff that it has to load in order to get it going good, and all the OS stuff that it has to load. So I finally feeling a lot better. For about a week and a half, I had a very high fever, and the last time I talked to you, I was out in the same location here with a high fever, and it was cold as hell. Now it's not as cold tonight, but I'm glad because I don't have a high fever either. So I do feel 100% better. Um, Thursday and Friday was my day off, and all I did was sleep most of the time. But at this time, I'm actually talking to several people and trying to get them to sign a confidentiality agreement and to, you know, get them to get going so that maybe in a week or two, we can start discussing the script and start putting the script together. And I'm very excited about this. I really am. I'm very excited about getting going with this script. And having a sit down with some of these people to actually put the script together, to actually move forward, so that by spring of this year, the script will be done, so that by summer, I can actually start shooting this movie. We're going to start a few Kickstarters, get that going. Hopefully, we can get moving, and so that by summer of 2014, we can start shooting it. And then my plan is to be done by the beginning of fall of 2014. Keep in mind that we are working around people's schedule. I mean, people still got to work. People still got to feed their families and deal with their families. Yes, it would be ideal if I could pay the actors and actresses, um, In an ideal situation, get them to leave their jobs, pay them good enough money to where they can support their families and themselves, not just during the shoot, but several months after the shoot, because then they got to look for another job, right? And a person who really wants to be in Hollywood will actually do that, because they have a chance to add something to their portfolio and get paid for it. But in this case, if it all works out, yes, I would love to pay my actors and the crew to work on this production. Um, that would be ideal, of course. That would be the ideal situation. I would like to get paid too, because it would be nice not having to work at the same time make this movie. It would be nice if I got a little paycheck that can support, my lifestyle. I mean, I still have a home to pay for. I still got to feed the family. Still got to live, Still got to enjoy myself sometime. And then, got to pay my phone bill, my electric bill, the gas bill, this bill and that bill. Still got to eat. And so basically, the money I'm raising that I want to get funding for is to pay for the production, of course. But I would also like to see if we can get some funding to help pay for the actors and the crew. Because the ideal situation is everybody gets paid, everybody can quit their jobs that they are currently working, because their main goal is to become an actor or to work as a crew member in Hollywood, which is what I want to do as well. So I'm actually coming up with a budget to help make that, because if I had total dedication from all the actors in the crew, and they were dedicated, and this was their job, basically, we could be done with the shooting of the movie within 2 or 3 weeks, or, well, realistically, maybe like a month, 2 months, maybe even 3 months. If I had to work around people's schedule, say, okay, what are your work hours? What are your work hours? Can you take this day off? Whatever. I mean, it's a lot of planning to work around people's lives, because they still got family as well. Then that could, take even longer. Just like it did with West Side Ninja, we were only able to shoot on the weekends. We only shot Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I had to compromise my work schedule in order to make West Side Ninja. So it's a lot of hard work and a lot of sacrifice, and I can't ask everybody to sacrifice either, especially if you're using whoever you can get to be in a film. And will I be able to get great actors and actresses? Don't know. I mean, we have to see what we can get. Maybe we'll have a lot of people to interview. Maybe we won't. It all depends. It also depends upon the amount of smoozing I do as well. If I can, talk people into doing something. We have to see. Well, I'm going to get off this thing for a minute and get to my lunch break. Well, I'm already in lunch, but basically, I want to relax for a bit and just chill. And thanks for listening to me. Peace out.